I'm going to try to not be all doom and gloom for this game.
There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.
Hello and welcome to this episode of War Eagle Weekly. How we doing, Josh?
I'm here.
Oh, man, it's a new week. We're going to start positive. We're going to think positive. We're going to put trust in the coaching staff that they're going to make the changes that they need to. I am not going to be Debbie Downer like I always am. I'm not going to be that pessimistic person, Josh.
We'll see.
I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be positive. But you got to feel like this Oklahoma defense, especially after what we saw them do to Tennessee, one of the most explosive offenses in the league and one of the most explosive offenses in the country. You got to think that they're going to make us look real bad. It's hard to say that they will.
I don't think so, but
okay.
I'm not saying we're going to win this game, especially what we've seen on the field, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a battle. It could be, though.
It kind of feels like it, man. I mean, first off, Tennessee has been putting up some crazy numbers offensively. And this last week, Oklahoma held them to a season low on their total yards. They held their quarterback, the Heisman hopeful. I'm not even going to try to say his name because I'm going to butcher it. I can't even say Auburn players correctly. So you know I'm going to fail at Tennessee's. They held him to under 200 yards, and that's with him having a 66-yard pass for a touchdown. That offense looked mundane. It looked simple, but that Oklahoma
simple wins games.
No joke, man. It's no joke.
I mean, they're pretty good. They had 3 sacks on the game. They had 0 interceptions. They allowed over, I think it was almost 400 yards on the game. Yeah, 345 yards from Tennessee. Like you said, Tennessee's offense is leaps and bounds better than Auburn's. But at the same time, Oklahoma, they might have a QB controversy on their hands because Jackson Arnold, he fumbled the ball twice and threw an interception. And he got pulled for what's his name, Michael Hawkins Jr. Never heard of him. Who is a
freshman.
So I mean, it could be one of those games where like this could be Auburn's get back. It could be the game to right the ship. If we get a top 25 game win before we go on our 3-game road test in October, then I think things are looking pretty good, but I'm not so confident it's going to happen that way.
Yeah, before we get too far into this, let's remind the people of our preseason prediction for this game. I think it's safe to say that we're both wrong as far as the point total. If Auburn wins this, it's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a low-scoring game. But you have Auburn winning 29-20, and I have Auburn winning 21-14. If both teams score 21 points in this game, it will have been a miracle, I feel like. Or hopefully it gets down to that. Hopefully Oklahoma doesn't boat race us. Again, I'm staying positive, Josh. I'm staying positive. That's it.
I mean, if our defense can put the same product they put on the field against Arkansas, then it's going to be one of those games where I'm going to feel more and more confident in Auburn winning. But if Auburn goes out there and throws 3 interceptions in the first half, then I'm going to be like, oh, shit, here we go again.
Now, here's the thing. I know that this is an Auburn podcast, first off, and this is an episode where we're talking about Auburn versus Oklahoma, but I want to talk about Tennessee for a second because I think Tennessee gave Auburn the blueprint on how to win this game, Josh. They gave Auburn the blueprint, okay? This is what should have happened in the Arkansas game. It's the first big game of the season for Hank Brown. It's the first SEC game that he's going to be playing. Okay, things sound familiar because what's his face, the quarterback Nico. I'm just going to go with his first name, Nico
Yamalieva.
Yeah, there you go, that guy there. It's his first SEC game. Okay, and what did they do? All season long, they've been out there throwing it up, man. They've been making crazy stuff happen offensively. And Josh Heupel said, hey, young fella, what we're going to do is we're going to take a step back. Okay, we're going to still let you throw the ball a little bit. but we're going to take a step back. We're going to rely on the run game. We're going to rely on our defense to make things happen. We're going to look at that man over there on the defensive line, the coach, Rodney Garner, that Auburn man, and we're going to let him do his thing. And we're going to slow this game down. We're going to hold on to possession, and we're going to make this thing ugly because Oklahoma ain't looking like they're going to be expecting that. Oklahoma thought that they were going to get this high-flying offense, try to go out there and prancing around, looking like Manning out there throwing around. Well, guess what? Tennessee said no. So they dialed things back. Nico made some mistakes. He had 2 fumbles, I believe, or 2 interceptions. He had some turnovers. Okay.
No interceptions. 2 fumbles lost, though.
Okay. So he had some fumbles. Okay. But the thing is they, again, relied on their running backs and they relied on the defense. Well, guess what, Josh? What are our strengths right now?
It's our running backs and our defense.
Even with the fumbles, guys, we get that. But our defense. We had the blueprint here, okay? Josh Heupel sat there and said, this is how you beat this Oklahoma team. You muck it up. You get down in the dirt with them. That's what they want. Okay, let's do it. Let's run it. Let's go.
Well, they averaged 2.9 yards on the ground against Oklahoma, but they also had 52 rush attempts. They just wore them down with the run game. Their leading rusher only had 3.8 yards a carry, still ended up with 92 rushing yards on 24 carries. But again, you got to wear them down. You can't just go out there doing what they expect you to do. Now, I do believe after this game, whatever his name is at Oklahoma, I don't know who their coach is, to be honest with you. Is it Brett Venables?
It is Brett Venables.
Yeah, Brett Venables. He's gonna be thinking, Auburn's got some really talented running backs. They're gonna try to do what Tennessee did to us, and he's gonna have his players prepared for that. But when that happens, I want to see what we saw in the very last offensive drive from Auburn against Arkansas. I want to see that 2-minute drill where you're doing tons of dig routes, tons of out routes, and tons of slants over the middle, gaining 4, 5, 6 yards a pass. I don't want all these deep passes. Now, if they start to adjust to that, then you go back to the run game. It's got to be dumbed down. It's got to be simplified if you want to have a chance to win this game. You got to be able to give your defense a friggin' rest.
Yeah. No, I agree. And the thing is you can't. My thing is, if Tennessee could not go out there and put up a big number against Oklahoma, then Auburn can't. I'm sorry. That's just plain and simple. Okay. We need to muck it up. We need to run the ball. If we run the ball less than 40 times in this game, we're going to lose.
It's a fail.
We're going to lose. And the thing is the defense may make some big mistakes and may let Oklahoma score. If Oklahoma opens up and starts just killing us on offense, then we're in for a long game. We're in for a really long game. And so that's possible because we've seen some real bad busted coverage. Okay. If there's a team out there that can make a quarterback look like a Heisman hopeful, it is the Auburn's defense, because they sometimes just forget their minds, man.
It's true, but how good has Auburn's defense been in the red zone this year?
It's been great.
It's been phenomenal.
Yeah, it really has.
It's easily our biggest strength on the team.
Yeah, I expect us to do well. I expect us to be able to have a good game. Even after that disgusting game that Arkansas was, I expect us to have a good game. Arkansas is not a good offensive team. They are one of the best defensive teams in the country, but they are not a good offensive team.
Thanks to another Auburn man and Travis friggin' Williams.
Yeah. No, Travis Williams. Oklahoma is what I meant. I apologize.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Arkansas.
My bad.
But regardless, I expect this to be a 1, maybe 2 total touchdown game. The rest being nothing but field goals.
Yeah.
I expect it to be either 17-14 or 24-20 when the final second ticks off the clock. I don't know. I couldn't tell you who wins this game right now. I just can't.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it's going to be Oklahoma. I don't have a lot of faith in our offense. I think we have the ability, if the coaches make the right game plan, which I think they can. They have the ability to come up with a good game plan. It seems to be one of those things when it really matters that this coaching staff seems to make really good game plans. So I think that they'll be in a good position. But just something about Oklahoma's defense and the fact that we are negative 17 on the turnover margin. Okay.
Quit bringing it up. Just stop talking about it.
Just tells me that Oklahoma's defense is going to come up with some turnovers and their defense might score points. I'm afraid of that. But I also do think that neither team, like combined score, is going to be 21 or less. I agree. It's going to be a 12-7 game or a 12-9 game. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. So I'm thinking Oklahoma ends up winning it. We're going to end up starting this going into the Georgia game 2-3. If we're going to have a chance at a bowl game, we got to win one of these games that no one's expecting. And this quite possibly could be the one. And I think if Oklahoma is having a QB battle, this might be the chance. I think Jackson Arnold is going to be the quarterback. I think that's going to be what it is. But yeah, I just, man, it's hard to say. But
I would like to think this is the game that Auburn has to put the season back on track for a bowl projection. I would like to see that. I would like to see it happen because we got a lot of high-profile recruits coming into town like we have every damn week and just put on the worst friggin' product on the field. I would just like to think that this Arkansas game is what really lights a fire under all of these offensive players' butts, and we get back on track and we start running the ball. Run the ball.
Yep. And hey, I said I wasn't going to be doom and gloom. It's kind of ended this way. The episode is kind of ending kind of doom and gloom, but maybe this is the game that nobody saw coming, and we just go out there and lay the wood to them.
Let's hope, man. I got my fingers crossed. I'll be watching like I do every week, every damn second of these damn games. I'll be watching every second of it. Yep. It's probably going to break my heart, but I'm going to do it.
Yep. So, well, Josh, with that and with this positive episode, War Eagle.
War damn Eagle.